Okay, Douglas.
Hello, live chatters and mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch. It is July 24th, 2022, broadcasting live from Portland, Oregon. Welcome to your Depression Recovery Hour live chat with Pastor Doug, since it's 12 o'clock on Sunday. People often go to church now. They're calling me Pastor Doug. Anyway, we spend this hour talking about all things about mental health recovery. And gee, nobody's here so far. Well, we'll just hopefully we're online. We're live. I mean, anyway, yes, the heat wave that has been burning up Europe is in the midst of coming to America, at least coming to Portland. We're going to have nothing but 90 and 100-degree days this week. So. Get out, turn on your air conditioning, get out your umbrellas, and welcome to the live chat. Well, there we are. Did you guys catch it from the beginning? Hope so. Anyway, yeah, get out your umbrellas if you're sitting in the sunshine. Turn on your air conditioners. It's going to be hot as you know what. Okay, Jacob with a K. Nice to see you. And see, Oklahoma. It's normally hot there. Hey, Roller Girl from Las Vegas, Kevin Wilson, Robles 555, Jock Carl, Jesus is Lord. Yes, Marius R. Thank you. Severe anxiety been beating me. Well, join the club. Anxiety disorders are the most common mental health disorders in the world. Looking forward to our visit on the waterfront. Yes, well, Pat, you have to go ahead and give me some dates today. Weekend in August, Saturday and Sunday. Looking good. Nice to see you, Chom Choms from Canada, also known as Sigmund Freud. And Junk, nice to be here. Well, what's going on where you are in terms of temperature? My little Apple Watch, which is charging, but I have the iconic iPhone, right? So what does the iPhone say is happening today in terms of the weather forecast for Portland, Oregon? It says we're going to have a high of 91, then 97 on Monday, 102 on Tuesday, 99, 96, 98, 93, hike. 7 straight days of 90-degree plus weather. So the New York Times said of all the places in the world, Europe is the hot spot for global warming, at least right now. Pastor Douglas, that's cute, as opposed to Pastor Douglas. Someone from Wildenville? I did not mention anything about Wildenville, though. There's something called Wilsonville. Anyway, yesterday I posted a video called What Makes People Happy, and it certainly isn't money. Remember the Beatles? I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Well, we need money to live on, but after a certain amount of money, we need something else. Intangibles, right? The best things in life are free. Love, health. Of course, if you don't have health insurance, okay, so let's just say love. Hey, LS16, Michelle, how was the farmer's market last week? Very good. The Vancouver's farmer's market is great. And yesterday we went somewhere called the Vancouver Waterfront. Very, very, very pretty, very developed, lots of condos. I'll show you a picture. Hey, Value in You, nice to see you. So, and then on Friday, I posted what's called my Flashback Friday videos. I don't know if you guys know it, but every Friday I go ahead and publish a video from the past, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, that none of you have ever seen, I'm sure. And the one that we posted on this Friday is called my 5 tips for, or my 5 best strategies for keeping anxiety at bay. Again, anxiety, the guy who's suffering anxiety, he would be very well advised to watch that video. So who is that? Jacob, right? Yeah. Try watching my second to last video. It was posted on Friday. The guy, of course, Lisa from Vancouver, always jumping in with the first donation. Thank you, guys. We actually got over $100 last week. My goal was always to get 50, but somebody really stepped up to the plate. So that was really, really good. Anxiety does suck. Yes. Wish meds would work. What meds are you taking? There's lots of meds for anxiety. Klonopin. Well, I cannot recommend meds over the internet, but there are the anti-anxiety drugs like Klonopin and Ativan and Xanax, and there's also the SSRIs like Prozac and Zoloft, which also have Paxil, especially, has been proof of the treatment of anxiety. And then there's also deep breathing, mindfulness meditation, and my favorite of all, exercise. Because by the time you get to the top of Mount Tabor, which I did on Thursday with my two good friends, I was so chill, it was amazing. Well, shit. I mean, my heart rate went up to 150. Jack Henry from Canada. Nice to see you. Hit that like button. Yeah. Well, Jacob, who's your prescriber? You probably haven't tried all of the meds yet. I wish I could contribute. I'm not working at the moment. Well, World Girl, you know how you can contribute? Hit the like button. Rexulti, yes. That's antidepressant. It also works for anxiety, right, guys? Yeah. So everybody here, we're in a community. Go ahead and start recommending stuff to each other, right? Two heads are better than one. And I'm going to write this down, and I should have told you guys about it. The 25th anniversary of my healing from anxiety and depression. So today is July 24th. 10 days ago, July 14th, 2022, was the 25th anniversary of this miraculous healing I talk about in my memoir, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, where 12 people came together, held a vision of wellness, prayed over me, and within 30 days, my symptoms were 80% better. With 90%, they were gone. With the 90s, they were gone. In other words, even if medication doesn't work, you can somehow overcome this. Hello from Montgomery, Texas. Always wanted to live there. So glad to be here with you. Thanks for putting together these live stream videos. You're more than welcome. Yeah, tell me what the real estate's like in Montgomery. Sarad Halabi from the Middle East. Thank you, Mr. Douglas. I'll have a great Sunday. Let's all hit the like button. Absolutely. Thank you for the channel. Hitting the like button is free. And congratulations, Douglas. Yes, I don't know who Pat is, but ePat. Well, thank you. Actually, I'm going to grab this cover right now, so I'll be right back. So, here's the book I was talking about, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, a Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression, by yours truly. There it is, right there by Douglas Bloch. Available on Amazon.com as an ebook, Amazon.com as a print book, and most importantly, audiobook on Audible.com. I'm amazed that 365 people have bought this book, and no one really knows who I am out there. So thank you all for purchasing it, but it is an amazing story. And hey, greeting from the Netherlands, Joseph F. Nice to see you. So, never give up, never give up, never give up. The Dalai Lama says, no matter what you're going through, never give up. There is always a way to come out of it. Your story does not end here. Remember that. I don't care how bad you're feeling. My godson Phineas, 2.5 years of major depression. He takes something, he takes some medication. I won't say what it is, and now he's feeling a lot better. So you see, you got to hang in there no matter how bad you're feeling. Thank you, Pat. He replied, it's good to hear that. You know, the channel, like many channels, YouTube has changed its algorithms. I've had about a 75%. Oh my God, yeah. What is from 12,000 to 3,000? That's more than that. Yeah, 75% reduction in views and income. But here we are. We're doing it for love, and of course, money is helpful. It was 40 degrees. Really? That's chilly where I live. Oh, you mean 40 degrees centigrade? Aha. What is that? 9/5? I don't know. Someone convert that to Fahrenheit, Will. Well, I suffered from high anxiety last week. I took ashwagandha, which is an herb. Yes, it is. After 1 week, my majority of my anxiety is under control. Interesting. That's an adaptogen. Yeah, different drugs have different effects on different people. So ashwagandha is an herb many people like to take. Some people it works, some people it doesn't, just like Prozac. Hey, Jacob Shanks, I love your exes. About 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what I thought. Hey, I used to know this in high school. Will you please write down the conversion? I taught math, right, for 40 years. The conversion equation to go from centigrade to Fahrenheit and vice versa. So I'm just look it up on Google and just put it down there. I'd like to memorize it again. I'm doing well in general. I had a very bad strain yesterday. I don't know how it happened, but it cut short a walk I was taking in this beautiful place in Vancouver, Washington, across the river. It's called the Vancouver Waterfront, this huge developed area. By the way, here are two peppers right out of my garden. Pretty cool, huh? Anybody else garden besides me? I mean, look at this view right here. Hard to see it, but a great place to do chess problems. And what else do we have? Look at this over here. Absolutely astounding. And I did a video, but I don't want to bore you with it. And here's something called the wild finnet. People are sitting outside. I don't have Parkinson's. I'm just having a hard time holding it with one hand. Anyway, yes, getting outdoors is so helpful when you're going through anxiety and depression. So when I was young, I wish I were young again. I'm 73. When I was about, it was my senior year of high school, right? 18 years old. I taught at a camp for preschoolers, and we had this guy, this counselor, who took us on walks, and he would say to the kids, "You see that, kids? What is that?" And the kid would say, "A rock." He'd say, "No," and he'd point to something else, like a branch. "What is that? A branch?" "No." Point to something else. "What is that? A leaf?" "No." He said, "It's nature. It's nature. Natcha. It's nature." That's how they say nature in New York. Anyway, nature is amazing. Joe and I were standing on one of the docks, and the wind was blowing off the Columbia River. Really nice wind, like we were on a sailboat. It was just incredible. So, all of us who have access to the beauty of nature should try to get out there at least once a week. It really calms the mind, the body, mind, and spirit. How often do I practice mindfulness meditation? Not enough. Oftentimes I get up, I'm so hungry I have to go downstairs and I forget it. I should be doing it every day, maybe twice a week. M. Kirwan, hey, hello Douglas, love listening to you. It's giving me hope. Yes, anxiety. Don't we have anxiety in the world? I'm invested in the stock market, right? 20% down. Ukraine is insane, right? What else is going on? 100-degree temperatures in England, which they never have, right? The politics in the United States, I won't get into it, but it's absolutely horrible. So who would not feel anxious right now? It's a very stressful time on planet Earth. Lazy Eye Ranch, right, had a nice birthday, another Cancer. Anxiety comes when we overestimate a situation's bad outcome. Yeah, that's called worry. You're absolutely right. Any thoughts on IV ketamine? Some people have really benefit from it. Some people have not, and some people will only last a temporary amount of time. To convert temperatures in degrees, Celsius, Fahrenheit, multiply by 1.8 or 9/5 and add 32. Right, and then the other way, you have to subtract 32. Okay, well, 9/5 of 40 is 70. No, you must be wrong, because 9/5 of 40, and 5 into 40 goes 8 times times 9 is 72. If you add 30, that's 104. So whoever said 40 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit was off base by a couple of degrees. Jacob Shanks. Oh, you double it and add 30 degrees? Yeah, well, the other equation was actually more accurate, so it's 104. Kathy Whitechart, housing is pretty high. Our house value is up twice the amount for what we paid in 2015. That's good for us. The seller, not so good for buyers. Yes, we have some peppers in our backyard. Well, the real estate market is peaking out, by the way, so I'm glad you're going to get some good money. All right, it is hot and humid in Southern California. Didn't know that. I thought you were in the desert. There's no humidity in Oregon. Hey, Ahmad Bach, nice to see you. Welcome. This is a very cool community. Please share whatever you're going through. People are very supportive. And ask any questions you want of me. I've been studying mental health recovery for, someone do some math, 1968 to 2022. Quickly, do the math. 32, 22, 54 years I've been on this path. Yes, 104, Joseph. You've got it. Exactly. Oh, Chom Chom said about 100. Okay, yeah, it is 104. Jesus, that's hot for the UK. I lived in the UK. Uh, so, yes, a lot of people talking about anxiety. John Tulp, nice to see you. John Tulp, or EPAT, this program allows me to feel not so alone. Yes, yes, yes. So there's an incredible. Okay, so everybody from the UK, listen up, as my gym teacher used to say, listen up. There is a series, which you all must know about, created by Prince Harry and a celebrity here in the United States named Oprah Winfrey, who's probably worldwide. She's an incredible person. It's called The Me You Can See, right? So I want to know who's been watching this besides me. 63 people. That is really good for 18 minutes after the hour. Hit those like buttons, boys and girls. So it's called The Me You Can See, and I want anybody here to talk about this program, because one of the reasons that EPAT likes this program is he doesn't feel so alone. Thank you for your €5 donation, Marius. So The Me You Can See is all about mental illness, right? You look at somebody, they look normal. You can't tell that I've been hospitalized 5 times from looking at me. Impossible. I look like a normal person. Yeah, well, my mother never thought I was. But anyway, so it's all about The Me You Can See is this program, this series, which is on Apple Plus television, created by Oprah and Prince Harry, about getting, breaking the stigma and getting this out in the open, right? Because 1 out of every 2 Americans suffers from a mental health disorder and then over a lifetime. And I'm sure it's the same in the developed countries in Europe, and probably worse in the underdeveloped or the developing countries, because lack of access to mental health resources and stigma. So you're not alone, EPAT. Half of Americans, which is about 175 million, have some sort of mental health disorder: depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder. What do we got? Borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, OCD, addiction, you name it, right? Dementia. Nice to see you, Julie Nelson, one of my favorite supporters. She donates on PayPal. And if you want to donate something on PayPal and not have YouTube take away 30% of the money you guys give here, you said 70 people already. That is really good. Maybe it's so hot in Europe, people are staying inside and instead of going outside and playing, they're watching this. So you go to paypal.com and you just create an account if you don't already have. And my address, so to speak, is my email address. It is Douglas Bloch at gmail.com. So if you want to send a couple of shekels my way, that's how you do it. You is real. Okay, something is going on here. I got to read it. My laptop won't connect to the internet, so I have to use a phone. I hate not having a computer. So do I. Okay, Ahmad. Wow, it's brutal and dangerous. So what are we talking about here? I have to go. Hey, Tejas Monacar, will you please give me a good pun? We haven't had a joke in years. I went for a run and a swim yesterday. That calmed me down. Robles 551. You are a follower of my advice. Exercise, exercise, exercise. All right. 80 in the live chat. That's fantastic. I only see 70, but that's great. Okay, so I want to hear what Ahmad Bach said, because people are commenting on it and I can't find his. I was stuck in the car for 10 hours without going out. Oh my God. And how hot was it? I mean, animals die in cars. Megan Twalmy. Hi, Douglas. Hope you're well. You have helped me so much. Forever grateful. Love from Ireland. I want to go to Ireland so bad. I love Scotland. I'm sure Ireland is just as green as Oregon. Why was your left hand shaking? Because it was hard to hold up the iPhone, not because I have any sort of, motor disorder. I have a talent for telling stories and jokes. Well, I haven't told anyone. Oh, yeah. So, Roller Girl, how did you love the Vancouver Waterfront? This is recent. Have you been in Portland anytime soon? I know you live in Nevada. Yeah, Pat, let me know how the ketamine goes. I have mixed reviews, but it's definitely worth trying. Oh yeah, being stuck in the car at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm glad you are. What does it mean? So many. I'm glad you're well. Somebody really criticized Harry for not being a specialist. What do you mean, the guy not being a specialist in what? He doesn't have a degree in psychology. He's from the royal family, so I'm not quite sure why he got criticized. At any rate, no one has yet answered my question. How many of you have seen the series produced in the UK and America called The Me You Can't See? It's fantastic. We need more people to stand up and say it loud, I'm depressed and I'm proud. Okay, so did you hear about the insomniac, dyslexic agnostic? You know what an agnostic is, someone who is not quite sure of the existence of God. We know what dyslexic is, he reverses the letter. We know insomniac. Virtually every person who's ever suffered from depression has some form of insomnia. Did you hear about the insomniac, dyslexic agnostic? He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? Is there a dog? He lay awake all night asking himself, is there a dog? Okay, I said enough. I love that joke. Well, is there a dog? I don't know. I saw a really cute dog at the Vancouver Waterfront last night. You can see the first episode, Nicole, 3180 for free. Any Macintosh or any Android, you can download the Apple TV app and you can see it for free. No, it's not on YouTube. It's on Apple TV, but you can see it for free. The first episode. I've been to Portland since 2019. Wow, my brother Kevin's memorial. I'm sorry about that. I used to run handheld cameras for bands that performed in Willamette River. Well, come back to Portland, Rollo Girl. We should go out to the waterfront. It's beautiful. Wow. I hate my job. I crush cans all day. It is so depressing. Yeah, I've heard that. It's good. It's good. Thank you, Value in You. Actually, I have a video called 5 Reasons Why, or 5 Ways That Your Job Might Be Toxic to Your Health. That has become a really popular video. I'm sorry that so many people are stuck in jobs they don't like. Any anger issues ever, Douglas? Just anger at the inequality of the world and the injustice. You remember what Martin Luther King said? Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I love that quote. Have I read Oprah's book, What Happened to You? I don't know. How does she know what happened to me? No, I haven't, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for her. Which exercise is better for treating depression, weight training or cardio? Cardio is better in terms of instant results, but weight training is really important, especially when you're an old geezer like me, because you lose 10% of your muscle mass, 3% of your muscle mass every year. But both will get endorphins going, so they're both good. So if you can do both, that would be great. Hey Jeff, been a long time before I saw you. Oh, your parents and family are here in Rural Girl? That's wonderful. Well, you know how to get a hold of me. Send me an email. Or if you do so and give me your phone number, I'll send you a text. Virtuous woman, oh my God, you haven't been here in 5 years. Oh, it's a book on trauma. Well, you know that Oprah was traumatized as a child through her uncle who did did something inappropriate with her. So yeah, that's trauma. Sexual abuse, definitely trauma. Pat Gambino, I have severe anxiety and depression, seems treatment resistant. I'm on Wellbutrin, which is what I'm on. Quetiapine, which is what I'm on. Lorazepam, which is what I've taken. Clonazepam. Hey, I'm taking all those drugs. Well, yeah, I know you're on some really good medication. I don't know why it's not helping you. I guess, you just have to switch it up until you find something that works. Keep trying stuff. What can I do? Talk to your prescriber. There's also things that work if you're medication resistant. Yeah, Ahmed Bach, Eckhart Tolle is very good. Nice to hear from you, Virtuous Woman. Where do you live? Don't you live somewhere down south, like in Nevada or California? Be Water, Bruce Lee, it resonates a lot with me and helps calm me down during the bad ones. Bruce Lee was a famous kung fu artist. Are you talking about a video or a book? Well, yoga definitely helps. Anyways, let's go back to the question by Pat Gambino. So there's something called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. 65 people. We're back down from 80. Well, we hit 70 for a while. So you want to talk to your psychiatrist about it. There's also ketamine. Anyway, I'm not able to recommend specific things, but there are other things out there besides medication that mental health people use, such as ketamine, such as TMS, such as soon to be here in Oregon, psilocybin, and of course the method of last resort, which is ECT, which is what actually I had, which made a huge difference in my life. So, Pat Gambino, talk to your doctor. You're on good medication. I'm not quite sure, what to do, but sometimes little tweaks can work. But don't give up. Lazy Iran says, there's so many homeless people in my town. I'm afraid there will be deaths. It's heartbreaking and I'm angry that people blame them. Yep, I agree with you. A lot of homeless people in Portland. It's a national tragedy. It's a video, by the way, but he goes about it and describes it, makes everything just calm down. Can I email you info? Yeah, give me your email address, but just go to my YouTube channel, or just better yet, just Google. I don't know what Nexito is. Go to Google and search for TMS, and you'll get tons of information on it. It is now 30 minutes after the hour. This is the Depression Recovery Radio Hour, or I keep saying radio because I love radio, I guess. YouTube Video Hour with Pastor Doug. I'm going to stand up now. I have so much pain right now in my left hip and also where I strained my right gluteus, so I have to stand up. But I'm not going to leave. You're just going to see me from below. Robles 551. I know a lot of people tried Lexico. It's helped a lot of people. Bilal Rashid. I'm in the middle of a major depressive episode. After every 2 or 3 days at night, my symptoms disappear. Yes, it does. And you feel normal again. Yes, that's true. That's the way depression works. I went through it for 18 months. Better at night, worse in the morning. It's just the cycle. Yes, it returns every morning. It's like I said, it's like Groundhog Day, if you've seen the film. You just got to keep trying stuff. Eventually that will stop. But it's very frustrating. Hard to get in Canada? Really? Huh. Well, there's a guy who, I forget his name. You dunk yourself in cold water. Cold water is actually very good for anxiety. But when you're deep into depression, it's really hard. I was prayed over, 25 years ago by a group of loving people. It was really not prayer. It was like affirmative prayer. It was like holding a vision of my wellness using an affirmation, and I got better without drugs, without any other treatments. But that's not reproducible. I don't know if there are any long-term effects of SSRIs. I don't know if they've been studied that long. Zadid Inc. says, I left or stopped taking antidepressants. I'm actually fine. Your videos helped me in bad times. I was taking antidepressants for 12 years. Wow. You don't know if you're on the list. Which list? The list for TMS? Well, you should find out. Right. I'm standing up. Where is Take Art Manohar when we need him? We need a joke. What's my other favorite joke? Oh yeah, well, you people won't get it in the UK, maybe not, but the Puritans, they came and settled America from the UK. They weren't very fun-loving people. They closed down all the theaters, horrible, but they did like music. What was the favorite music of the Puritans? Plymouth Rock. Right, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna munch my banana and stand up. It's getting really warm in here. I'm gonna turn the fan also, so. Be right back, boys and girls. John, can you hand me the picture of our wedding picture? Thank you so much. As Richard Nixon once said, I'm back. TMS does work for some people, Pat. I've seen people do much better on it. Plymouth Rock, I'm glad you liked it. What is the good thing about anxiety and overthinking? The imagined situation ever happens. We all know who Mark Twain is, right? I'm an old man, I've had a great many troubles, but most of them have never occurred to me. Who are these people? Who are these people? Last Sunday, for those of you who weren't here, was my 25th wedding anniversary. There's my beautiful wife, Joan Baker, now Joan Bloch, with her auburn hair, henna'd hair, and there's me on the home of our new house that we just purchased. Can't really see it well because of all the friggin' reflections, but there we are. Yeah. Well, did I say 25 years? No. Try 38 years. Yeah, 38 years of being together. You remember what Socrates said? By all means marry. If it's a good marriage, you'll be happy. If it's not a good marriage, you'll become a philosopher. I love that. Wim Hof, the cold water guy, yeah. He's insane, but cold water does help. You got to try things. I have recurrent depression. It's my 5th episode, so this one is so hard. A lot of anxiety. Why it takes so long with time. Sometimes feel it's never ending. That is, hey, Giles, that's the nature of the beast. That's why depression is the #1 cause of suicide, because people just get tired of it. They get worn down. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. You guys look great in the pic. Yeah, well, you'd look great if you were 35 and 29. But thank you for the compliment. If the episodes of nighttime recovery increases, doesn't mean I'm near to recovery. I can't promise that, but I'm saying the more good days you have, the better it is, yes. Kathy says, I was very depressed and grieving over the loss of both my parents. I remember you said that when I was hit with Sjogren's. It affects nerves and can really do a number on your brain. Oh my God. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. Kathy, look, I have a video called Depression and Chronic Pain, Hell on Wheels. I'm in chronic pain now. I was so much in pain yesterday on this walk. I had to stop, and Joan had to go all the way and get the car and pick me up. So I have empathy for anybody. And you know, I was going to go to the coast and walk all the way out to Picnic Point. Actually, Picnic Point is great, but this is called Cape Lookout. See a beautiful view of the ocean. I can't do it. I cannot walk 2.5 miles right now. I can't even walk a mile. So pain sucks. Except oftentimes it's here to teach us something. I know that all the pain of depression I've had has been a teacher. Chronic pain, I don't know. I've had 5 episodes of depression, 4 of which were major depression. 73, 82, 96, and 2015. 4 episodes, 5 hospitalizations. Do animals get anxiety? Of course they do. Are you kidding me? Dogs. Yeah, animals take Prozac, by the way. Yeah, they're mammals like we are. They have limbic systems. They have emotional brains. They definitely get depressed, especially when they're neglected or treated poorly. I just ate a banana. Thank you. Well, you know, talking nonstop for an hour burns up a lot of energy. It really does. It's hard. But I'm so glad that all of you are here and all of you are feeling better and that all of you are helping each other. So, Giles, does that answer your question? 5 episodes. Untitled John, I have schizophrenia. Well, that's a tough one. But people do recover and live with schizophrenia. Epilepsy here. Bananas are awesome. Yes, potassium helps the muscles. My muscles are in a lot of pain right now. All right. Depression Recovery Channel, hour, every Sunday, rain or shine, noon Pacific time, U.S., 8 hours from Greenwich. And here we are getting together to support each other in mental health recovery. Time for a joke? Oh, by the way, if you know anybody who is going through such a hard time that they are thinking of they can't go any longer. This is a website that I created. I was very disappointed in 2020. It didn't get a lot of views, but it's got a 50% increase last month. It's called Overcoming Suicidal Pain. You can see some of the image links on the first on homepage. Are you having thoughts of suicide? Have you made a plan to end your life? Consider this first. Not a good idea because it's permanent. Reasons for hope, remains all means of self-harm, and reasons to stay alive. So let's hear some from volunteers. What are some reasons we all have for keeping on living? Well, for me, I would say Joan, my friends, and my ministry. 3 reasons whenever I get discouraged. Dog horror story, the owner who left for a minute. That's very funny. That is very, very funny. Thank you. Oh my God. I love that. I'm going to send that to my goddaughter. Enter Stephen Alardi for YouTube for me the best explanation of depression. Yes, I have seen that video many times. He does a great job. He's from Kansas. Jennifer Deanna. Oh, good. What is Jennifer Deanna talking about? My son. Anyway. Yes. Jennifer, nice to see you. Love your comments, but I love Dog Horror Story. Owner leaves for a minute. Does everybody see why that's funny? Anyway, I'm still. Yes, Aries. My moon is Virgo. That's a great combination. The pioneer and the critic. So anyway, am I the only one who has reasons for keeping on living? Oh, your daughter. Hard to think of one. Come on. All right. EPAT. Thank you for asking. I'm going to get that link right now. Appreciate your asking. I'm going to over Chrome. I'll be right back. All right. Here it is, EPAT, right here. The name of the website is Overcoming Suicidal Pain, and that is the link. And it's very, very simple. Suicide is not chosen. It happens when the pain, the suffering, is greater than the coping strategies to deal with the suffering. So think of scales like this, right? Like balance, right? So when the pain is greater, it's way down on this side, and you have to basically bring it back up to balance by finding coping strategies such as exercise, social support, prayer, nature, all the things we talk about, because you have to get that pain down because people can only take so much. Nicole 3180, curious to see what happens next in the world, whether I can do things. Well, make a plan and do your best. Girish, depression and anxiety come through circumstance and through genetics and trauma, a lot of things, but mostly through nature and nurture both. Anhedonia is horrible. Yes, it is. Congrats, you can. Being alive enough to have the strength to overcome our struggles and speak of them is surely a lot better than being in a box. Imagine how the TVS at Walmart feel. Yeah, the TVs at Walmart feel. That's very, very funny. Thank you, Douglas. It works. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but anyway, so the whole idea is that you have to find the coping resources to bring the scales back into balance so that you have enough resources, even reducing your pain by 2%. And sometimes it's breath by breath, hour by hour. I cannot tell you how many times I didn't know if I could make it through the day. And that is the key. That is the key when you're in a depression crisis, suicidal crisis, any crisis where you feel you can't handle it. You just need to figure out how to get to the end of the day and not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow's a new day. And you may wake up in the morning and things may be totally different, like the famous movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray, right? One day he woke up, it was February 3rd. That's what happens when you recover from depression. It goes from Groundhog Day to February 3rd. There's a great quote I have on my website. by a very famous Scottish sailor named Dougal Robertson, who said, "Survival will come as a welcome." Okay, let's try it again. "Rescue will come as a welcome interruption to the survival journey." He wrote a book about how he and his family were stranded like 45 days at sea with nothing except this little dinghy, and he survived. Stephen Callahan wrote a book called Adrift, 76 days at sea. He survived. I've been hospitalized 4 times. I survived. You can all survive. You just need the right kind of help and support. Lazy Iran says what her reasons for keep on living: her son and her animals. There you have it, social connection. If my parents had a history of mental illness, will I also get affected? Not necessarily. I know people who've had parents who were schizophrenic and they didn't get it. So but you gotta do all self-care you can. An adverse reaction to Wellbutrin gave me anhedonia. Really, I'm not sure what to do. Well, I had an adverse reaction to Lexapro, and it gave me anxiety. I'm allergic to SSRIs, so I'm not quite sure. Talk to your prescriber. You can always try another medication, low dose, see what they say, and use all the tools. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention this, but remember I said how I've been dealing with my own depression for 54 years? Well, I developed this thing called Healing from Depression and Anxiety, self-care activities to improve your mood. There are 50 self-care activities on this chart, from physical self-care to mental emotional self-care to social support to spiritual connection and lifestyle habits. All of these work. How do I know? A half a century of using them. That's how I know. And if you want to essentially go to get a free copy of this, I have a website that shows all the stuff I've been involved in: depression, anxiety, affirmations, spirituality, astrology, and it's very easy to go to. You just go to this website and you'll see a downloadable PDF of my website where you can get that wonderful chart absolutely at no charge. And there it is right there, DouglasBloch.com. So check it out. The link works? That's great. Hey, Giles, nice to see you. What helps to not go in the circle of overthinking when you can not exercise? Do something to distract yourself. What you can do is you can meditate, and every time the thoughts come, see them as like leaves going down a stream or clouds going overhead. So be aware of your thoughts, but don't hold on to them. Also, you can turn on, TV and watch something on Netflix, or do that, or listen to music. All right, still looking for reasons to stay alive. We got to have them. Those of us who are struggling with depression, sometimes we want to give up. Reef Alcod, wow, I love it when the old timers come back. What was my main career back in the days? Teaching and counseling. Reef, do you think that being linked to a counselor or therapist online is better than working with a counselor or therapist? It depends on the person. They're both good. Something is better than nothing. EPAT says, I heard that 90% of suicide survivors are glad they survived after treatment. You're right, because no one really wants to die. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad these help. We could use some more donations actually right now. We've had not that many today. So anybody if want to, even $5, even $4 would help. Yeah. So, there was this big controversy. The Golden Gate Bridge, the #1 place in the world where people come to die by suicide. It is beautiful, but what a horrible way to go. Anyway, for years, arguments. Oh, we can't build a net to save people's lives. They'll just go somewhere else and do it. Well, they did a survey. Of all the people who went to the Golden Gate Bridge, were going to jump, but then they were stopped, right? And their lives were saved. 90% of them never made another attempt. So you're absolutely correct. When you survive an attempt, or when you're stopped from making an attempt, you are so glad you didn't do it. People want to live. It's programmed in us. Voltaire, the great philosopher, said it's the strongest instinct of nature, survival instinct. That's why, you know, when you lose someone to suicide, like a parent, child, relative, it's much worse than having a natural cause of death like cancer, heart disease. Why? Because it goes against the way we're programmed, right? Those are involuntary. You know, you have stage 4 cancer. Well, unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. But when you die at your own hands, it's in some sense chosen, and that is what makes it so kind of quote unquote unnatural. But is it chosen? Well, if the pain gets so much, it's not chosen. But some people survive that pain. It's really hard to, it's really hard to put it into words what's the difference. But I do know this: I would not have survived my 4 episodes without help. So I can tell you right then, we need help to get better. And I definitely think that, again, people don't want to die, they just want to stop the pain. Make sense? I thought the weather would help me a lot, but not really. Still depressed. Well, the weather can help, but if your brain is really, really in bad shape, it's tough. I was depressed on many summer days in 1996 and 7. Okay. Another reason to live: I still have so many places in the world I like to visit. Well, that's good, Kathy. Yeah. I'm going to go to Costa Rica for the first time in January. Please do a video on lactium. I will, but first tell me what it is. Yeah, the weather is great in Seattle. The weather is great in Portland. It's probably cooler there. It's 91 here. Oh, you've gone back into sewing? That's a wonderful thing to do. When I get angry, when my ex got angry, I sewed. I quit for years. He's gone, so I can be creative again. Yeah. Hey, Silver Moon, nice to see you. Yeah, when I was in the hospital, there was a woman who had anorexia nervosa, and the only thing that helped her was she knitted. I got into knitting afterwards. You love your family. You are a lucky soul. Yeah, a reason to keep on living. Lee Rashid, I'm taking Xanax 1.5 for 20 days now on my doctor's prescription. Would I be able to get off them once I get better? I know that when I took Klonopin for 6 months, I got off of it. So I can only tell you my experience. You should talk to your doctor. And if you do want to get off of it, you must do it under supervision and taper very, very slowly. But I have seen people get, taper down from, Xanax and Klonopin all the time. But, it's all about following your prescriber and doing what he or she says. Do not try to change that stuff on your own. Not a good idea. But it can be done. I've seen it. All right. All right. For those who are in suicidal pain, find a strong purpose in life. Yes, that's true. One of the reasons people get despairing is they've lost their sense of purpose. Purpose is very helpful. Man's search for meaning, Viktor Frankl, concentration camps, 1940s. The people who survived were the people who had some sort of purpose to keep on going. Not all the time. A lot of time it's just a matter of luck. But in many cases, purpose is big. It would be hard to end it all because it would upset my mom. You're absolutely right, Alex Jones. Not hurting other people is the number 2 reasons I didn't end my life. The number 1 was fear of death, survival, right? But yes, it is good. It would not only upset your mom, Alex Jones, it would devastate her. So please keep that in mind whenever you feel despairing. Absolutely essential to not want to hurt other people, because it is, let me tell you, I've known a lot of suicide loss survivors, a lot, and they never get over it. So, good work. Well, you'll be lost eternally. Well, I don't know about that. No one really knows what happens, but that's your belief. That's anything that's a deterrent is a good thing. Okay, agoraphobia, worse in the summer. I guess it can be worse anytime. Rudy's Vedno. I understand. I want to get rid of my crippled body most of the time. Doctors say pain will only get worse until death, so what's the point of waiting? I don't know, Rudy. Again, if you have some sort of purpose, something that means something to you, it can overcome, or at least, make you tolerate the pain. My brother's in chronic pain. It will never end until he dies. But he's going out. He's doing some volunteer work. He's coping. Frankl had hope. What when there's only worse and worse until the pain of death? I don't want to be in your place. I can advise you. You know what? My brother runs a pain group for other people. I don't know if it's pain. You go ahead and send me an email, and I'll put you in touch with him. He does on Zoom. Try to connect with other people going through the same pain you are. It helps make it better. I don't know if I said prior to this, but my time at Chrome internment camp, and that's the one thing I heard every day, we will all have a purpose. Well, I'm really glad people said that. But anyway, Rizabendo, try to find other people to connect with who are going through the same thing you're going through. EPAT says, love, life, and family keeps them alive. Yeah. So, but you're in a tough predicament, and I empathize with you. My brother's in the same predicament, but see if you can find something to at least take an edge off of it, like connecting with other people, being in a support group. I know. Yeah, you can send me some bold cozies. What happens when we die is the people who love us miss us. Well, that's true. That's one reason to keep on going. Oh, we had an earthquake at 1:55 a.m. night right here in Peeperton. No wonder why my house was shaking. No, I didn't hear about it. Hey, guys, it's 53 minutes after the hour, only 7 minutes left, and we have not had very many donations today. I don't want to, sound like I'm begging here, but it's been very, very low. We had Lagai for 14 bucks, and then we had, what did we have? Wow. Marius for €5. Is that it? Wow. That is it. 2 donations for like $20. Oh, and Gianna for 10. Thank you. So $30. Yeah. Anybody can make a contribution in the next 6 minutes, I would really appreciate it. Giles Moakley, I beat myself up for having another episode. I think I should know it better already. No, don't do that. You can't control these things. Can you tell something to stay strong? Will it go over? Sometimes you lose faith. Yes, it will end. 4 words that will save your life, Giles. And here are the 4 words that will save your life. Right there. This too shall pass. And I have a video. Oh, thank you, Veggie Metal. Thank you for your $10 donation from Canada. Appreciate it. And yes, I love your icon. All right, and then the other thing is, I have a video, and it is called, now the person with chronic pain, I can't, this doesn't apply to, but if you're dealing with emotional pain, I've been beaten, cussed at, and taken advantage of. I'm sorry to hear that, Edward. You're such a wonderful person. I'm glad you've been able to work through that. Donald J. Trump, 45. I guess that's because he's the 45th president, right? No comment. NBC PM medication for chronic pain worth investigating. Okay, well, who was the person who said they were going to Rudy Zavendo? When I see people in my support group, all I see in them is my future. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. When I looked at my future and I was suicidal, all I saw was nothing. And I saw myself falling off a cliff. And I said, I'm going to get over it now. So the thing that saved my life, Rudy Zavendo, is I didn't think about the future. I said, okay, what can I do today to help myself feel better? What can I do to connect with someone, to make a difference, to distract myself? You just can't think about what's down the road. It's too horrifying. And when you do that, that's when you start, it produces chemicals in your brain. that create pain, stress, and despair. So what we think is huge. So if you can just turn away from the future. I have something in my video. Actually, if you email me, I'll send this to you for free. It's called Back to the Present. So Rudy, send me an email. I'll send you this exercise I used to keep myself safe when I was going through a hard time. And I could eat something. Okay, there's my, thank you, Veggie Veto. We have 3 more minutes if anybody wants to, if anybody wants to make a contribution. It came to pass, yes. Well, Donald, sorry that happens. You can't win them all. Never say it comes to stay. Yes, it came to pass. Thank you very much, EPAT. What verse is that? It is 58 minutes after the hour. And we have 2 more minutes today. I'm going to work with my assistant, Claire Sorties. £8.99. Thank you so much, Claire. I love that name. The person who's coming over to help me is named Claire. The very famous movie in America called Claire's Knee. Thinking of the future is deadly for me. I try to stay in today. Thank you, life. Absolutely. That is a very, 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 very good thing. And neuropathic pain is horrible. I have a lot. Right now, both of my knees are hurting, my hip is hurting, and my back is hurting. When I get up and start walking around, it'll be better. But I am really, 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 really have so much empathy for people who are in chronic pain. It is, I don't know. I don't know if I were in the same pain as Rudy Zavendo, I don't know if I could make it, quite frankly. This is bad enough. So, so my empathy really, really goes out to you. Thank you for those 2 donations. Really appreciate it. As we bring this yet another, the 271st live chat to a close. When we hit 300, we're going to really, really, really celebrate, big time. Thank you, Veggie Metal. Thank you, Claire. If anyone wants to make a donation, it's 1 o'clock. You will be able to do so for the next 10 minutes after I get off the air. So, there was a WhatsApp group, Curious. Write to somebody who has this whole list, and you can create that WhatsApp group. His name is, who was that guy? Come on, I'm forgetting his name. Someone tell me the name of the man who used to come on all the time. And he has a WhatsApp group. He's from Ireland. He's into the Bible. Someone tell me who that person is. I am blocking his name. I'm blocking the name of the man who used to come on all the time. I can't remember it. Thank you, Reef. I'm glad you came. Oh my God. Try general neurology. It's really horrible. Shields. Somebody Shields. What's his name? He had a strange name. I'm going to look this on my iPhone because he has a WhatsApp thing. Shields. Yes. What's his? Padar Shields. Very good. Yes. I'm going to look up his in my contacts right now, and I'll give you the email address. The person who wanted to start a WhatsApp group, he already has one going. Okay. So here it is. pe.sheilds@gmail.com. Write to him, and he can give you the names of the people, and you can start a WhatsApp group with those names, people who are on the email list. What do you say, Mark D? That's known as no friends or family and suffering depression. That's a tough place to be, but you can always get therapy. You can also go to a support group. It's tough though, Mark D. Without friends and family, it is really, really hard, to keep on going. Oh, I like turtles. So do I. We had one called Vishnu. Oh, you started reading When Going Through Hell? Isn't that wonderful? You should get the audiobook. The guy who narrates it from Australia is brilliant. Anyway, Padar Shields is the person to write to if you want to start a WhatsApp group. And have a good week, everybody. And one more time, if you would like a free copy of this chart, you can write to me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Here's the other side. Boost your psychological immune system. Or you can go to douglasbloch.com and you can download a free copy of the chart. I have no idea where I put the paper. That's because I'm not very organized at the moment. No. Who are these people? Oh, my wedding date, 38 years ago. That's right. All right. So, contact Padar. I will see you next Sunday, the 29th of July. God, this year is going ridiculously quickly. No, Christine, it's Sheilds. The E is a different spelling than you would think. It's the second one. Mark D. Okay, Mark D is obviously, hi Douglas, what would you say to someone who has no family or friends? Right. You can contact these people. I will send you, if you email me, I'll send you well, I don't know if I want to give people's email addresses out, but you can just email me and I'm sure I'll have Padar send you the email address. How's that? Padar Shields, who's the scribe. I'll have you send it to him. So contact me by email, Mark D, and maybe we can connect you with some other people on this channel, right? And his name is PDAR. Interesting name, right? Sheilds. Okay, I'll send you his email address, and he can send you contact information for the people here. All right, and Value in You says go to my dumb little channel, and you can hit him up. Value in You is a very cool person. So, have a good week. It's going to be over 90 degrees for the next 7 days. Whoever invented air conditioning should get the Nobel Prize for Medicine. And until we meet again next week, at noon Pacific time on Sunday, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery.